What's up, people? Joe WInko here, your favorite Hawaiian guy. Welcome to my first ever episode of Joe WInko Talk for year 2019. Yeah, it's absolutely crazy that it's already year 2019. Like, you never really know how fast time flies until time finally flies. Not sure if I worded that right, but oh well. So I have a ton of ideals for stuff to talk about in my new episodes of Joe WInko Talk for year 2019, but I really wanted to start this year out with a happy episode of Joe WInko Talk, to be honest. It took me a while to think of one because a lot of the stuff I was going to talk about in my newer episodes of Joe WInko Talk are a bit negative. They're not necessarily about myself, but some negative stuff that I've noticed that's been going on lately, but that needs to be addressed. But this is going to be a happy episode of Joe WInko Talk. So, me and my adoptive parents, ever since they sent me down to Florida to live, and ever since some time passed since then, my adoptive parents are now like starting to feel bad for me because of my autism. They're starting to realize that my autism like really affects me and everything, and that it really does affect me. And I still don't really talk to them that much, and we still aren't really that close, but we talk more often than we used to nowadays. And for Christmas, they got me a new phone so I could play Pokemon Go. Well, that's not exactly the reason why they got me a new phone. They were all upgrading their phones anyway because the ones that we all had, they were running out of space. So we upgraded to phones that had more space. And I was really happy because now I can finally play Pokemon Go again. And I absolutely love Pokemon Go. I remember when it first came out in year 2016. It's really one of the funnest mobile games out there, honestly. It actually gives me a reason to get out of the house and go and explore, really, because it puts Pokemon in the real world, and that's so awesome. That's literally what everyone's been waiting for. What I realized is not many people play it that much nowadays. It was more of just a fad for 2016, but I still play it though. Well, I finally started playing it again. Like, it used to work on my old phone, but I ran out of space on my old phone, and I wasn't really able to play it that much because my old phone didn't really have enough space. But nowadays, since I got my new phone, I play it way more often. Like, whenever I go to Walmart, I always stop at one of the, I forgot what they call those things. They're the blue circle things that you walk up to in Pokemon Go and you spin them and they give you like the Pokeballs and everything. I always go there to get Pokeballs because there's one of those at Walmart. And whenever people see me on my phone at Walmart, like whenever the staff sees me on my phone at Walmart, they always laugh and they say, "Oh, you're playing Pokemon Go." And I'm like, "Hell yeah. I love this game. It's a lot of fun." And it's still just as fun as it was back in 2016. To me it is, at least. However, there's still some stuff I don't really know so much about Pokemon Go. Like, when I played it back in 2016, and even nowadays, I never really did any battles at all. What I would do is I would just run around and go and collect all the Pokemon. That's what I'd really do. I never would, like, power them up or make them fight or battle or anything like that. So far, I'm on level 13 in Pokemon Go, and I read online that the maximum level you can reach in Pokemon Go is level 40. I haven't made it to level 40 yet. I still have a long ways to go. but it'll be a lot of fun leveling up. And what I noticed is that my character levels up pretty fast. That's another thing I've been noticing. Another thing is I still have like eggs that I captured with Pokemon Go, because in Pokemon Go you can capture eggs, and what's supposed to happen is they hatch into Pokemon, but the eggs that I found saved on my account on Pokemon Go, they're from 2016, and I captured all of them while I was living in Wisconsin, and they still haven't hatched yet, and I was wondering when they do. But I read that you need I think it said you need an incubator for them to hatch or something. So I didn't really get how to do that, so I might look into that. Or if anyone's watching this video and knows anything about how to hatch eggs in Pokemon Go, maybe you could type it in the comments and I could learn from you instead. That's another reason why I'm posting this video, to get answers to my questions I have about Pokemon Go. And another thing I wanted to discuss are my favorite Pokemon in Pokemon Go. There's only a few, really. Let me show them to you really quick. First one I should mention is Pikachu. Now, I absolutely love Pikachu. Like, he's literally one of the most iconic Pokemon from the Pokemon games, really. But I remember in Pokemon Yellow, he never wanted to stay inside the Pokeball at all, and he'd always want to walk around and follow you. And for some reason, I didn't really like that for some reason when I was playing Pokemon Yellow. I haven't played Pokemon Yellow in a long time, but I have been wanting to play that game again because it is a lot of fun. I still have it somewhere too. I plan on doing some gaming videos of me playing Pokemon Yellow also. But there's also more. My next favorite Pokemon is Jigglypuff, and I honestly never thought I would actually catch this one. I was like so hyped when I finally caught it. I caught it at like a supermarket, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's Jigglypuff! Gotta catch it! Gotta catch it! And I was so hyped. I remember back when I was a little kid, Jigglypuff was always my favorite Pokemon because it's pink and everything. And I also thought it was funny how it was able to put people to sleep by singing that song it always sings. And then when the people fall asleep, it gets a marker and it draws mustaches on their faces and everything. That always made me laugh for some reason. But yeah, Jigglypuff definitely is my favorite Pokemon in Pokemon Go. And there's more, too. There's two more, actually, so not too many. There's also Rattata. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that name, but to be completely honest, the only reason why I like that Pokemon so much is because I used to have pet guinea pigs back in 2014. Rest in peace, Robbie and Kirby. And that Pokemon always reminded me of them for some reason. Except Robbie and Kirby were a bit less vicious than that Pokemon appears to be in that picture. So yeah. And I always used to find like a ton of those Pokemon running around in Wisconsin. I don't really see them too often in Florida. That's another interesting thing. I wonder, like, are they, like, spread out among certain areas and everything? I remember reading about Pokemon Go online before I started playing it, and they said that certain types of Pokemon will spawn in certain environments. Like water Pokemon will spawn near the water more often, and forest Pokemon will spawn in like woodlands more often. And I thought that was pretty interesting, but I never really noticed it very much when I was playing Pokemon Go, really. Because I remember when I was living in Wisconsin, I really wanted to capture Squirtle, and I would always go to the park and I'd always go by the creek because always thought that that's where Squirtle would show up at, but I never found Squirtle at the creek at the park at all, though. However, I did end up eventually capturing Squirtle back in 2016. Let me show you a picture right here. So there he is. Captured him in 2016. However, I did not capture him near water at all. I think it was because I remember the area I captured Squirtle in. It was around the park I live in, but it wasn't near the creek at all, and it wasn't near the water either. So I'm not exactly sure about if that's accurate or not, that the water Pokemon show up near water or anything, because whenever I go near the beach in Florida or near a creek in Florida, I never see any water Pokemon at all. However, there is one Pokemon that I have not captured yet that I really been wanting to capture, and that Pokemon is named Charmander. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's a fire Pokemon. Let me show you a picture of him. There he is. Now, that's actually my favorite. Well, I know I said Jigglypuff was my favorite, but to be completely honest with all of you, it's actually Charmander that's my favorite Pokemon. Actually, the fire one. And I never been able to find Charmander at all. I remember always looking for him back when I was living in Wisconsin in 2016. And I also remember looking for it in Florida too, but I still have yet to find it though. And if the water Pokemon are supposed to spawn by water, then do I even want to know where I have to go to find the fire Pokemon? Geesh, it sounds dangerous for some reason. But I'm gonna keep trying to capture and find Charmander because that's the Pokemon I really want to catch. And when I finally do, I will definitely make an announcement about it on Facebook or Twitter. So make sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter and Instagram because I'll be announcing it there too. I don't really use Instagram that often because you can't paste links to YouTube videos in Instagram, and that kind of pisses me off for some reason. And there's another thing about how Pokemon Go is different from Pokemon Yellow. In Pokemon Yellow, to level up your Pokemon and make them stronger, how I would do that, and there's probably more ways to do this, but how I would do that is I would take them through the grass fields and have them fight the wild Pokemon, and with each battle, they level up and everything. However, in Pokemon Go, that's not really how it's done. Like if you run into a wild Pokemon, you have to like give it berries to make it go unconscious. Well, it doesn't go unconscious, but it gets less difficult to capture. Then you capture the Pokemon. You don't summon your other Pokemon to weaken it or anything. There might be a way you can, but I'm not sure if there is. If there actually is, could you guys let me know in the comments, please? And another thing, how you level up your Pokemon in Pokemon Go is you feed them the Pokemon candy, and that's what levels them up. Which is pretty interesting. I never really heard of anything like that. The only Pokemon games I ever played was Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Go. Also, I remember in Pokemon Yellow, you could only carry 6 Pokemon with you at a time. I believe you could capture as many as you want, but you could only carry like 6 on you at a time. Like the rest of them get stored in a database. So far, I have captured 141 Pokemon, so that 6 Pokemon limit, I don't think it applies to Pokemon Go at all. However, there is a limit. I think the limit is 300 Pokemon, and I'm not sure what happens after you go past 300. but I am approaching that, and I've captured 64 types of Pokemon out of 455, so I haven't captured not even half of all of them yet. It's kind of difficult because when I go out, I don't run into new Pokemon very often. I run into ones I already captured, but I have multiple Pokemon of each type, and I'm not really sure what to do with them. The reason why I catch the same Pokemon over and over again is because you get more stuff with each Pokemon you capture. Like, even though you already have that Pokemon, like when you capture it, it gives you more Pokemon candy to feed to your Pokemon so they level up. But overall, there's still a lot about Pokemon Go that I do not know about. And if anyone still plays Pokemon Go and wants to give me some helpful hints or suggestions, feel free to type about them in the comments. And one really helpful hint I would really like to learn is how to capture Charmander and where I could find him, because it's been how many years? 2016, 2017, 2018, and I haven't captured him at all. But I didn't play Pokemon Go in 2017, so it's been like roughly 2 years. But I still want to capture Charmander, so if you guys could help me figure that out, that'd be very nice, because I always wanted Charmander. And yeah, that's basically it for everything I have to say about Pokemon Go. It's a really fun game, and I'm going to be playing more of it and going to be posting some updates about it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. So, yeah, stay tuned for those if you want to learn about all the new Pokemon that I capture almost every day, because I don't exactly play it every day. I should though, because it definitely does give me a reason to get out of the house. So that's why I love it so much. Anyway, besides all that, I'm going to be doing more gaming videos for YouTube also. I want to get back into playing The Sims 1 again, because I absolutely love The Sims 1. I've been spending a lot of time playing The Sims 2, and I still want to play that a lot also. But I really want to get back into playing The Sims 1 again, and I also want to play The Sims 3 again. I don't really want to do any more episodes of the Pinellas Island neighborhood I created, because I didn't want it to be just a tropical island. I actually wanted to have the seasons and everything. I was actually gonna create my own custom town in Sims 3 Create a World tool. I was gonna build a town based off a real town in Ohio, so be on the lookout for that, because Ohio has all 4 seasons, and I was gonna create a bunch of Sims, move them all in, including myself, and have us all make friends with each other and figure out a way to get my sim to live forever so I become the king of the neighborhood. I think that would be really cool and a lot of fun. So, yeah, stay tuned for that this year also. And there's also a whole bunch of other stuff that I'll be posting on YouTube this year, which I haven't even figured out yet, but it'll all come to me over time. I don't really have anything planned out, to be completely honest with all of you. But that's what I did have in mind, so I hope that sounds exciting enough. And another thing, if you want to know how I spent the first 10 hours of year 2019, I have a link in the pinned comment of my longest live stream on YouTube ever. Yeah, I was playing The Sims 2. It was a New Year's live stream, because I like doing live streams on New Year's. It's a lot of fun. And that live stream ended up being 10 hours long. And the interesting thing was, I could have kept going even longer than that, but the thing is, YouTube has a limit on the live streams. Well, kind of has a limit on live streams. I always like doing live streams better, because like it all automatically gets saved onto YouTube. Like, I don't have to edit it and upload it or anything like that. It all gets saved automatically onto YouTube, so I don't have to render it and edit it and everything. But the thing is, when you do a live stream that's longer than 12 hours long on YouTube, YouTube will not archive it and save it onto YouTube. So if I did like a 13-hour live stream, like no one would have access to that after it was done. And that would suck, really, because I'd want people to be able to watch that again in case they missed it, or in case there was something else in the live stream they wanted to see again. So, yeah, that's why I always have to pay attention to how long I play a game for on a live stream, or on how long I live stream for. But I'm pretty sure I won't be doing live streams that are 10 hours long regularly, because that was kind of tiring after a while. And plus, the only reason why I was able to stay awake for that whole entire live stream is because I was literally living off of Red Bulls. If it wasn't for those, there's no way I would have been able to accomplish that. By the way, since it's year 2019, there's another creepy thing I just thought of. Have you guys ever heard of the serial killer Eileen Wuornos? And it's creepy because she actually did live in Florida. She was a hitchhiking hooker who murdered 7 men back in the early 1990s, and she was executed in 2002. But a day before her execution, they did an interview on her, and she got really angry. And then she said, in year 2019, we're all going to die, and that's going to be the apocalypse, year 2019. Let me show you that clip really quick. Right here.
I got fifth finger in all your faces. Thanks a lot. You're inhuman. You're an inhumane bunch of fucking living bastards and bitches, and you're going to get your asses nuked in the end. And pretty soon it's coming. 2019, a rock's supposed to hit you anyhow. You're all going to get nuked.
Well, that doesn't sound good. Gee. Well, I hope the world doesn't end in 2019. Well, we can only hope it doesn't. That's why we need to respect our planet, so stuff like that doesn't happen. Well, I mean, she said we were gonna get hit with a meteorite, so... But still, there's a lot of other stuff going on in our planet and our environment that people need to pay attention to, because the earth is our home. We should not trash it, and we should not destroy it. Yeah, that's just an example of some of the stuff I'm going to talk about in my new episodes of Joe WInko Talk for 2019, but I'm going to try to think of some happy stuff too. So I hope you guys all liked this episode. Sorry I've been kind of out of it lately. That's why I haven't posted a new video on YouTube. Like, I haven't really been upset about anything, just been a bit out of it. I don't know. So, I hope you guys all liked this episode of Joe WInko Talk. What are your plans for 2019? Do you have any advice for me for Pokemon Go that you think would be really helpful for me? Like, for example, how to capture Charmander in Pokemon Go, one of my favorite Pokemon that I really want to capture, and how I could find him. That would be really helpful. And yeah, so don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. So that's it. Peace out, people.